Hi, we're Faith and Sophie and we're going to be doing our overall Winter Olympics sport spotlight. So I'm going to be starting off with the biathlon. The biathlon combines the cross-country skiing and the rifle shooting. It tests both endurance and precision. At the Winter Olympics, the biathlon features 11 medal events. It includes the sprint, individual, pursuit, mass start, relay, mixed relay. One of the headline moments was Italy's success. They're highlighted by stars like Lisa Vitozzi contributing to the host nation's celebrations. Overall, the sport delivered dramatic finishes, typical of Olympic biathlon, where shooting's accuracy often determines the podium. Then I'm also going to be talking about the figure skating. The figure skating blends athletic skill with artistry. It remains one of the most watched Winter Olympic sports. It includes the men's singles, women's singles, pairs, ice dance, and team event. A major highlight of 2026 was Alyssa Liu, who won gold in the women's singles. She became the first American champion in the event since 2002. The competition showcased technical difficulty with the high-scoring programs and emotional performances throughout the week. The ice hockey. The ice hockey is one of the most iconic Winter Olympic team sports. Unlike the NHL, the Winter Olympics ice hockey means no fighting. So most of the time you'll see players insulting each other just with the words. There are two medal events, which is the men's and the women's. The 2026 tournament delivered intense matchups and historic moments, including milestones for athletes and nations. It reinforced hockey's place as a centerpiece of the games. The Nordic Combined. The Nordic Combined merges ski jumping and cross-country skiing. It rewards athletes who excel in both explosive power and the endurance. It includes individual normal hill, individual large hill, and then the team event. The sports continue to highlight Europe's dominance with tight competitions decided by seconds on the cross-country leg. In the ski jumping, it's all about distance, technique, and style. The medal events include individual normal hill, individual large hill, team, and then mixed team. The mixed team event was introduced in the recent Olympics. It continues to grow in popularity and showcase the sport's push towards the gender balance. The ski mountaineering. It's a brand new addition for 2026. It's made its Olympic debut and brought alpine endurance racing to the games. It included the sprint, individual, and mixed relay. It shows athletes running up the hill to then go back down, avoiding obstacles and having to pick their skis up, run, and then put them back on. Its inclusion had to reflect the Olympics' effort to modernize and feature emerging winter disciplines with fast-paced uphill and downhill racing. It created exciting viewing, which is great and just what they needed. The snowboarding. It remains one of the most youth-driven and progressive Olympic sports, with athletes ranging from 15 all the way up to around their 40s. It is one of the most inclusive age, sports. Its disciplines include halfpipe, slopestyle, big air, snowboard cross, and the parallel giant slalom. The 2026 competition delivered big tricks, dramatic finals, narrowing it down to just one more point. It continues snowboard's reputation for innovation and high-energy performances, just what the Winter Olympics need. The speed skating. It highlights pure speed and endurance on the ice. The long track events include 500 meters, 1,000 meters, 1,500 meters, 3,000 meters, 5,000 meters, 10,000 meters, the team pursuit, and the mass start. A standout moment was when the Dutch skater Antoinette Rijnberg de Jong won the gold in the women's 1,500. She had officially completed her medal set. It showed Netherlands once again dominance in the sport, continuing a long Olympic tradition. That's all from me. Now let's head over to Sophie.
Hello, it's Sophie. I'm going to be starting off with the freestyle skiing. The athletes travelled up to Livigno to complete runs and do high-flying tricks that had the audience at the end of their seats from the adrenaline. The freestyle skiing had 15 medal events from aerials and moguls to halfpipe and big air. These events pushed athletes to their limits and also introduced dual moguls, which allowed athletes to compete head-to-head. In the men's halfpipe, we had American star Alex Ferreira finally win a gold, meaning he completes a full set of Olympic medals. On the women's side, the story of the event was that Eileen Gu became the most decorated freeskier in history with a gold medal at her last event. This means that at every Olympic event she's competed in, she's won a medal. The team action was incredible too, with Team USA defending their title and Meng Zhu defending her gold medal. In this section, we travelled to Cortina for the curling, where every centimetre counts and strategy decides who takes home the glory. The men's competition saw Switzerland absolutely dominate Norway with a 9-1 victory, earning their bronze medal. And then we saw Canada beat Great Britain by a 9-6 victory where they reclaimed their gold medal. And let's not forget the mixed doubles where teams battled their way through tense moments and shots that kept fans engaged from start to finish. Next, alpine skiing brought rapid speed to the Olympia del Tofane slopes. Day 2 brought the drama for the women's downhill as American skier Lindsey Vonn had a terrible accident where we saw her getting stuck on a ski pole and she fell to the ground. We then saw her getting airlifted to hospital and later found out she had received a broken leg. However, at this event we saw Breezy Johnson get her first Olympic medal, which was gold, followed by Germany's Emma Acher in second and then Italy's Sofia Gotcha in third, finishing off the podium. Moving on to the giant slalom, Italy's own Federica Brignoni claimed gold as well as in the Super G, showcasing her speed and technicality in these events. Now focusing on the men's alpine skiing, we had Swiss sensation Franjo van Ullmann boost down the course with a 1 minute 51.61 run. He just beat Italian Giovanni Frazzoni on their home snow. But Van Ullmann wasn't done yet as he scored 2 more golds in the Super G and the team combined along with Tanguy Neff. Going on to the giant slalom podium, we saw Lucas Pinheiro Braven make history for Brazil with a gold medal run. The luge brought edge-of-your-seat action from start to finish at the Cortina Sliding Centre where 5 events took place. These were the men's and women's singles, men's and women's doubles, and the team relay. In the men's singles, Germany's Max Langenhahn dominated with 4 blistering runs, creating track records and ultimately claiming gold. In the women's singles, we saw Julia Tobitz return from her heartbreak of the Beijing 2022 Olympics by claiming gold ahead of Latvia's Alina Bota. The doubles saw Andrea Verta and Marion Oppenhofer clinch first place in front of their home crowd. Italy kept on going though, with Emmanuel Rieder and Simon Keinsweiler powering to the top step. Finally, in the team relay, Germany came out on top, capturing a new record with their excellent speed. Moving on to skeleton, the competition kicked off with a men's event where we saw Matt Weston of Great Britain take every bit of control and get Britain's first medal of the Games. On the women's side, Austrian's Janine Flock gained her first Olympic medal at the amazing age of 36 years old. This year's Olympics also held the first mixed team event in skeleton, with Matt Weston taking gold yet again with teammate Tabitha Stoker. Still racing on the ice, we move on to the bobsleighing where we saw 4 intense competitions happen at the Cortina ice track. The men's and women's 4 and 2-man, and then the women's monobob. In the women's monobob, 41-year-old Alana Mayers-Taylor inspired millions by grabbing her gold medal at her 5th Olympic appearance. But Germany had been the story of bobsleighing as they grabbed 3 gold and 4 silver medals. Switzerland had also made history by grabbing a bronze medal in the 4-man, making Switzerland get their first bobsleighing gold medal. Short track speed skating at the Winter Olympics brought historic performances and unforgettable finishes. Starting off with the women's skating, we saw Velzebub storm to gold with her impeccable pace in the 500 metre. And then in the 1,500 metre, we saw South Korea grab gold and silver, beating Americans Corinne Stoddard, who grabbed her first Olympic medal, which was bronze. In the men's speed skating, we saw Canada's Stephen Dubois take gold in the 500 metre. Jens van Munt was unstoppable in the 1,000 metre, beating China's Sun Long for the gold medal. Following this, we had the Netherlands take home the gold medal yet again in the 5,000 metre relay, shortly followed by South Korea and then Italy, who took home the bronze medal for their home crowd. Cross-country skiing showcased the athletes' speed, talent and endurance. Kicking things off in the men's skiathlon, Klæbo broke away at the final climb, taking home gold to add to his medal collection. In the Sprint Classic, he stood on the top step again, clocking the fastest time over the icy Tesoro course. Behind him, Ben Ogden crossed the line for the silver medal for America. Klæbo also won medals in the 10km freestyle and helped Norway power to gold once more. Switching to the women's games, we saw Frida Karlsson grab gold with her teammate Ebba Andersson right behind her with silver. Following on from the Norwegian domination in the men's events, we have the Swedish domination in the women's events. Sweden then again stood on the top 2 steps for the sprint and 10 kilometres, with Andersson and Karlsson taking home yet again more gold and silver medals for Sweden. And that is all we have time for today. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss another Rocket Reporters video or a podcast episode. See you all in the next video.